Hello YouTube, B3 here back with another Kicking comic book collection update. Yeah, very cool stuff. As you can see, we got a big stack of stuff right here today. Been holding out for a while, to be honest. Been doing a lot of stuff in my new building with all my place and my stuff, swag. That was awful, oh my gosh. Anyways, comics right here. You know how it is. But yeah, first up, you got Superior Spider-Man number 27 point now. So you got the one for now. Or whatever, not sure how that's working. But yeah, Superior Spider-Man, Goblin Nation begins. Goblin Nation, been excited for this. Downfall of Superior, I'm sure. Because, you know, we do have Amazing returning soon, Peter Parker. I'm ready for that. Not that I don't love Superior, but I do miss Peter Parker sometimes. Anyways, yeah, Superior Spider-Man, Goblin Nation, great start. Loving it so far. And then Batman 28. Not really anything special. It's kind of like a little prequel to Batman Eternal, which I want to follow. I really do, but it's going to be weekly. And I can't afford to tack a weekly series onto everything I'm already following. Especially since I may or may not be following a new title. I'm not sure. You know, I might not be able to afford it. I might have to start it and then quit it, but we'll see. We'll get to that comic in a sec. But yeah, it's really just a prequel to that, you know. Stephanie Brown's coming back. That's interesting. That Harper girl that everyone thought was going to become Robin is a hero in her own right now, Bluebird. So, got that. So she's finally doing something, you know, hero-wise, but yeah, Batman Eternal. Or Batman 28. And then Godzilla Rulers of Earth. Pretty cool cover art. Very nice. I'm just loving this story. It's got all these crazy monsters in it. Sanda, Gyla, Titanosaurus, Zilla, Jet Jaguar, Varan. Got Kumanga, Rodan, Anguirus, and of course the big G himself, Godzilla. Very cool cover art. Gotta love it. But yeah, really enjoying this series. Just fantastic so far. Can't remember exactly what happened in this issue, but I always enjoy it. So, yeah. Godzilla Rulers of Earth, number 8. And, of course, Godzilla Rulers of Earth, number 9. As you can see, this one, the Mothra Fairies are telling a story to one of the main characters. One of the main human characters. And she's telling them about how a big monster boom, like the one that's currently happened before in the past. Megalon was attacking and King Caesar was there and a lot of trouble went down and other monsters woke up like Baragon and stuff. But yeah, you know, it was really crazy apparently, and I can't wait to see some of these monsters surface again, to be totally honest. I would love to see that. I'd love to see every one of Toho's monsters in one giant brawl. I would love that. Yeah, we have the 60th anniversary, new Godzilla movie coming out May 16th, so this is all just getting me hyped for that. But yeah, there we go, Godzilla Rules of Earth, number 9. And then Batman Superman number 8 from the New 52. Got a First Contact Part 1. Yeah. So I'm going to have to start getting Huntress and Power Girl. I have issue 1. I just picked it up to see what it was all about. And I wasn't too captured by it or anything. But I gotta pick up some to complete this story. Hate it when that happens, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, you know, they're going back to this kind of artsy style, which I think they might have toned it down a bit, made it a little clearer, because everything looked like it was blurry and fading in the first story arc with, like, who I believe was Darkseid's daughter, and they were in Earth 2 and stuff. But this one, it seems a little more solid, you know? It's a lot easier to interpret, which I think is great. So, really digging it. It seems like a good story so far. And then the Superior Spider-Man Goblin Nation Part 2. I believe this is the part where the Green Goblin tells Superior Spider-Man he knows he is Otto Octavius, which is very interesting. I believe he tells him that he figured it out and etc. So, obviously, Doc Ock has no choice but to take down all these Goblin mofos so they don't reveal his secret. But yeah, I really like this cover art of the Green Goblin and his chessboard with all his goblins on one side and the fallen spider comrades on the other. Yeah, pretty crazy. Lots of crazy stuff happening in Superior. But yeah, then this is the Huntress Power Girl I've had to pick up. Oh, the first one anyways. Issue 20 of Huntress Power Girl, which is First Contact Part 2. And the art's pretty good in this. It's alright art. But, yeah, you know, show the two main sellers of both comics. Batman and boobs. I mean, Power Girl. But, yeah, you know, pretty interesting comic. Really can't wait to see where all this is going. It's very, very neat. It is. Oh, this is the first time that Huntress and Batman have interacted in the New 52, and that Power Girl and Superman have interacted in the New 52. So, yeah, it's all pretty cool. And right now, Superman is human. They turned him human. Wow. What's he gonna do? Nothing. And then New Warriors #1. This is a new series I might follow. The main reason I'm following it, maybe, is for Scarlet Spider, because as you guys know, I read all of Scarlet Spider and everything that tied into it and whatnot. And of course, Hummingbird. I really want to see what happens to Arcely. I just really want to know. But also, I've been reading my buddy's Nova comics, and the Nova comics are spectacular. Loving the Nova comics. But, you know, most of these are original characters. You know, Justice and Speedball aren't, but those three are, which is very cool. So I'm really interested to read this, and if I can't afford to follow it an issue-by-issue basis, I'll probably have to get the trades, but that's no big deal, I guess. But I have an issue 2 on the way because I missed out on issue 2. I went to get it the day after it hit. I think it was the day after it hit. Or 3 days after it hit max. And it was just gone. They wiped it out, so yeah. But I have issue 1, first printing, so it's very neat. It was pretty neat. This comic, My Little Pony Friends Forever, #2, was spectacular. Very glad I decided to follow this series. This was a great comic. A fantastic comic. The Cutie Mark Crusaders enlist Discord, the god of chaos and the most creative being in existence, to help them find their cutie marks, which for those of you who don't know are the marks that ponies get on their flank that show up after they figure out what their special talent is. But yeah, their whole point is they're trying to figure it out. And they want Discord to help them. And all this crazy stuff goes down. And it made me a little teary. I have to be totally honest. It made me a little teary because, you know, Discord's this outcast that no one really wants to spend any time with because, you know, he was evil and all this other stuff. And no one really understands him, but the Cutie Mark Crusaders aren't afraid of him, and they understand him, and they go up to him, and they thank him, and they tell him he's their friend, and all this stuff, and he's never heard any of that before. Never been thanked, never been told he's a friend, and he's just this... He just really hit me personally, because I can feel like an outcast sometimes, that I don't really fit in a lot of places I go. So it was just like, wow, right there in the heart, really hit me where I live. Yeah, My Little Pony Friends Forever #2. Probably one of my favorite comics in this entire haul. And yeah, now graphic novels. Now I only have 2 graphic novels in this haul. First up, Earth 2 Volume 2. I was tired of waiting for a paperback to show up, so I just went ahead and bought the hardcover. I prefer paperback just because they don't take up as much room and they're cheaper. But I had to get it because, one, I dig Justice Society. I've been wanting to know what's happening with the story because Earth 2 seems like it's got some pretty awesome stuff going down. And also, I'm a big Dr. Fate fan. I love Dr. Fate. He looks pretty awesome in the New 52. He's not really what I'm used to Dr. Fate-wise. I'm used to a more experienced, more powerful Dr. Fate. But, yeah, really cool. Anyways, really love it. And then Justice League Volume 3, which is also pretty cool. It's the Throne of Atlantis. You know what's going on when Ocean Master attacks the surface world, but, you know, it was kind of a war that was instigated by a third party. And I got to pick up Trinity War as well. If you saw my video, I believe it was on my Super Friends Benefits channel. A buddy of mine lent me every issue of Trinity War and every single tie-in. And also every issue of Justice League of America. he lent me all of it, every single bit. But and I read it just like understand the stuff that was going on. But now I need to get my own copy of it just for Justice League. I also got to get Shazam graphic novel, but yeah, Justice League is very very cool. I'm really digging this. I can't wait for the next Justice League stuff to come out. Can't wait for Forever Evil to be wrapped up in a graphic novel. It's gonna be real great. But yeah, really digging this. I very much love Throne of Atlantis. Could see Mera and stuff. Love Mera. But yeah, it was real cool. And Jeff Johns and everyone did a great job on this series. And then Batman 29. Wow, poor Batman, poor Gotham. Actually, a lot of stuff goes down in this comic. It's the next part of Zero Year, and really the whole point of Zero Year is to fill space while Forever Evil is happening. But oh man, poor Gotham. The Riddler just took over. Kind of makes you feel bad for Dr. Death too, but who I actually thought was really cool. But yeah, really neat. I'm loving Zero Year actually. Scott Snyder's just my man. I'll read anything Scott Snyder writes. I gotta get the new issue of Superman Unchained. I'll get it later, maybe next weekend. But wow, very nice, very nice. Dig the cover art. It's got emphasis on Batman and the villains and everything. Then Batman Superman Annual #1. This comic was alright, I guess. It didn't really give me much to work with. Also, the description of it on my comic app was kind of misleading. They make it sound like there's this big brawl between the Super and Bat families that's going to go down, but it's really not. They just kind of hold their own against each other in a tournament and play it safe, and it's all to keep Mongul's son from taking the Earth. But Mongul's son really doesn't want to take the Earth. He actually wants to be more like Batman and Superman than like his father. And there's all this stuff going down in the Phantom Zone and all kinds of junk. I mean, if you're getting every title in this series, then you need it. But if you're not, I'd probably just pass on it. I mean, it's not really a point. It's just something. It's not necessary for any story. It's just kind of there. It's just a little big annual story. But yeah, there's everyone fighting each other. Superboy and Robin didn't actually show up. Robin's already dead, and Superboy is in the future right now. At the moment I'm filming this, I believe he's still in the future. So, or in the past. He's in the past, not the future. Sorry, he's in the past. But yeah, Batman Superman Annual. And then Superior Spider-Man Part 3 of Goblin Nation. Got Jonas Spider Slayers running around, which is pretty ironic since, Smythe killed his wife and stuff. But 2099 kind of shows up towards the end, which is pretty cool. He's just kind of been sitting around since that story arc. And, someone dies. Not going to say who, but it was kind of a sad death. Not really a character you feel sad for until they're gone, You'll have to read it yourself. But pretty cool. I'm looking forward to the rest of Goblin Nation, to be sure. But also, Marvel released a little image from something called Spider-Man Every Single One, where it showed Spider-Man with all these web-filled silhouettes of what I believe to be other Spider-Men. I'll have to read that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Goblin Nation Part 3. Pretty cool. And My Little Pony Friends Forever #3. I was real excited for this at first because Princess Celestia, what a great character. And then Spike. And I was like, oh, not Spike. But it was actually a really good comic as well. This is a great series, to be totally honest. I didn't have as much of an emotional attachment to this one, but I could relate because they're never really able to go out and have fun and go on adventures like everybody else does because she has to run a kingdom, and Spike's pretty much just an errand boy, to be honest. He doesn't really have much he can do. But you know, that's what they had in common. And since they had something in common and could relate, then it was good. I thought that they were just so different that, they couldn't really go together in this comic, but they did. I thought it was just going to be a silly little thing, but it was pretty serious, actually. And I love all the comic relief that they do throw in, though. But yeah, I really enjoyed this comic. So, My Little Pony Friends Forever number 3. And then My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 17. We're finally getting to the story arc I've been waiting for. Ever since the new creative team, maybe even before the new creative team hopped on this comic, there have been an Observer pony in almost every issue. Now, the Observers are from a J.J. Abrams Fringe show. If anyone watched that, they were people like from the future, and they talked about dimensions and stuff, and it was really awesome. And it's directly based off Fringe. It even quotes Fringe directly, just like it did in the My Little Pony annual. And the Observer Pony is actually interacting with other characters now, and all this stuff. And Princess Celestia went to another dimension through a second magical mirror, which was actually a prototype for the magical mirror used in Equestria. This series is actually pretty awesome. It's way better than the show. I don't even watch the show right now. I'm not watching the show. I'm just reading the comics, because the comics are great. And in the end, Celestia came back through, and she was on the brink of death, and there was something coming through the mirror. But I've seen the cover arts for upcoming issues, and there's connecting cover arts that build this big thing, and there's a mirror in the center. On each side of the mirror is each dimension, and the good characters in one dimension are bad in the other, and the bad characters in that dimension are good. So, yeah, pretty crazy. It's going to be a wild ride. Kind of like Mirror Mirror in Star Trek or something, but wow, it's going to be pretty intense. And on those connecting covers, it says there is more than one of everything, which is a direct quote from Fringe. So, and all the books from Fringe, Sunset Shimmer was reading in the annual. But yeah, last comic, Superior Spider-Man annual. Trying to wrap this up. I just had so much to talk about and all. It's the second annual, and our former Hobgoblin, who is obviously now working for Green Goblin, just not under the name Hobgoblin. It's kind of about him and his family, and Superior Spider-Man is there, and he shows up to fight and all that stuff. But it's a decent little comic. It's mostly just character insights and stuff. I would get it. I enjoyed it. It was a good little comic. Well, not little. Expensive. It's a $5 comic. But yeah, it was really neat. So, recap. Superior Spider-Man Annual number 2, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 17, My Little Pony Friends Forever number 3, The Superior Spider-Man Goblin Nation Part 3, Batman Superman Annual number 1, Batman number 29, Justice League Volume 3, Earth 2 Volume 2, My Little Pony Friends Forever number 2, fantastic comic, New Warriors number 1, Huntress Power Girl World's Finest number 20, The Superior Spider-Man Goblin Nation Part 2 number 28, Batman Superman number 8, Godzilla Rulers of Earth number 9, Godzilla Rulers of Earth number 8, Batman number 28, and Superior Spider-Man number 27. So, yeah, that is it, everyone. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Be sure to check out the Fake Blood Podcast. We talk about comic books on there a lot. Hosted with my fellow YouTuber, Corticon. You can check out his YouTube channel as well. And also, check out my other channels. Right now you're watching B3 Productions, which is my main channel. Be sure to subscribe here. If you want to check out action figure reviews and stuff, check out Godzilla and Gigan. Also, I have a pretty popular parody on there called Godzilla and Gigan. Which is very nice if you like kaiju and stuff and toys. Check out that channel for sure. Also going to have a spin-off of it on this channel. Also, be sure to check out Super Friends Benefits, which is my gaming channel. There's some older comic stuff on there too if you want to check that out maybe. But yeah, lots of cool gaming stuff on there. Also, The Slender Happening, which is my horror drama suspense channel. You guys will love it. I'm working very hard on it. It's my #1 project right now. So be sure to check that out. Thank you all for watching. Everyone on Facebook, Twitter, got those as well. We'll follow you back on Twitter when we can. We kind of have a follow cap right now, but we'll follow you back when we get more followers. But yeah, that's it, you guys. As I said, rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you all later.